All right, Katie, thanks so much. He majored in speech and in theater in college, has written 2 plays, is a pastor, he's run marathons, he loves to play poker, and now he can check off author. He is launching his first book, Blurring the Lines. Please welcome to the Morning Extra, Jerry Zayer. Jerry, good to see you.
It's good to be here with you.
Phew, when I read all that, and I'm sure I left a few off the list, but I think, oh my goodness, that's awesome. Because when I think of most people, they wish they would have done this or wish they would do this. And so they find themselves in life just kind of going down one path. And you've been kind of all over the page. And that's great. That's exciting.
It has been. I think, of course, my parents growing up as Amish, my father who didn't really want to settle for that. And he wanted more. And so even as he grew up, he left the Amish way, became a Mennonite, which for me, you know, that was liberal for the Amish. For me, it seemed very conservative. But I think his model for me was to never settle for just something, but find what your passion is.
Which is great because you share as growing up, there were a lot of things you were told not to do, because if you did them, you may end up somewhere where none of us really want to go, right?
Right. There was a lot of teaching about you can't dance, you can't drink, you can't smoke. You're going to go to hell if you did something. And I always felt worse about myself when I left church than before I went. But it was church camp where I really experienced the love of God. And so I struggled with that through my life. And even as I went out to L.A., I believed God loved me, but I would meet these people who were Jews and Muslims and Hindu, and I saw them as good people of God. And so I tried to reconcile some of those traditional teachings with how I came to be with people.
So how does the book come into play, Blurring the Lines? Tell us what that's about.
Well, this really is about the year when I was out there at 23 years old. Really, the 2 themes are, one, how much are we willing to sell our soul for to be successful? And I think that's something that we all struggle with in our jobs, in our careers. And the second one was the spiritual element. As I came into contact with other people, how did I understand my teachings as I grew up and what I really saw God as then? There's a mysterious character called Mr. C who could be a shaman. He's a mentor for Thomas, and he opens himself to Thomas in a new way of understanding God and understanding who Jesus was in relationship to all these people.
It's a very interesting story, and I think, like you say, most of us at some point in our life are there and find ourselves there. So let's invite the public. You have a book signing coming up. It is Thursday from 5:30 to 8:30.
At the Syndicate, and we'll be there with books and signing. It'll be fun. There'll be opportunity for, it's a party.
Yeah. I like that. And you can meet Jerry. And we will have all the information on our website at fox19.com. Very nice to meet you. Thanks for sharing your book. When we come back, we're going to check